Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something that, well, affects a lot of us, sounding natural and confident when you're speaking English.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It really is. Let's be honest, the idea of having a conversation, it can bring up all sorts of worries, right? Like making mistakes or maybe words just disappearing when you need them.
Oh, absolutely. Or just that fear of not being understood properly.
Exactly. If that sounds familiar to you listening, you're definitely not alone.
Yeah.
So our goal today is to really dig into this resource we have. It's a script focused specifically on boosting English conversation skills. We want to pull out the most practical techniques, things you can actually use to improve, quickly and really get it without feeling overwhelmed.
Right. The focus is all about those actionable strategies, moving away from sounding like you're reading a textbook.
Towards feeling more comfortable, more natural.
Precisely. And what's great about this material is it goes beyond just grammar rules. It highlights some fundamental shifts in approach.
Okay, let's jump in there. First up, it seems, is the power of listening, which sounds obvious, maybe?
Well, yes and no. It's more than just hearing. The emphasis here is on active listening.
Active listening, okay.
Yeah, so think about really tuning in to authentic English, podcasts, YouTube, TV shows, whatever you like.
Right.
The goal is to consciously notice how people actually talk, how they greet each other, ask questions, share opinions, the whole flow.
So you're sort of training your ear to the rhythm of it all.
Yeah.
Picking up patterns almost subconsciously.
You got it. It's like intuitive learning through exposure. And if you think about wanting to understand quickly, well, this helps.
How so?
Because you get familiar with those common conversational building blocks. It kind of creates mental shortcuts for when you're actually talking.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, something else. This idea that you need, like, really fancy words to sound fluent. The Force material pushes back on that, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
It champions simplicity.
Yeah.
The core idea is that native speakers, they mostly use simple words in everyday chat. There's that great example in the script comparing I desire to consume food versus...
Don't want to eat. Yeah, the first one sounds so stiff.
Exactly. So using simpler words often just makes you clearer and more natural. It's about communicating effectively, not showing off vocabulary.
Clarity and naturalness. Okay, next strategy. Practice. No surprise there, but the script has interesting angles on how and how often, right?
Yeah, the key is consistency. Even just say 10 minutes a day can make a real difference.
10 minutes, okay.
And it suggests different ways, which is good, like talking to yourself in the mirror.
Still feels a bit weird to me, but I can see the confidence aspect.
Or recording yourself and listening back. That can be really eye-opening.
Oh, I bet. Hearing what you actually sound like.
And then there's talking with online friends, language exchange groups. Lots of options.
So for you listening, finding what works for you but doing it regularly, that builds the confidence.
Absolutely. And it feeds back into the listening skills, too. It's a cycle.
Right. Okay, what about actual conversation tools? The source talks about learning specific phrases.
Yes. This is super practical for smoother conversations.
Yeah.
Things like, what do you think? Or that's interesting.
Little conversational lubricants almost.
Exactly. Or I'm not sure, but... And really importantly, can you repeat that, please?
Oh, that one's huge. Takes the pressure off understanding everything instantly. Makes you feel calmer.
It really does. Having these ready means you can participate more easily, even if you're searching for a word.
Okay. This next one feels like a big shift. Thinking in English.
Yeah, it's fundamental. Avoid that mental translation step.
How does the script illustrate that?
It uses the French example, j'ai faim. Instead of translating word by word, you train yourself to just think directly.
I'm hungry.
Exactly. Cutting out that middle step makes you faster, more fluent.
Like bypassing the mental grammar check of your native language?
Precisely. And it often leads to more natural phrasing, too.
Okay, let's talk sound. Pronunciation. The script is clear, though. It's not about faking an accent.
No, definitely not. The focus is just on being clear, so people understand you easily.
Right.
It mentions practicing common sounds, like T-ish in think, or R in read. Sounds that might be different in your first language.
And it suggests recording yourself again.
Yeah, record yourself and then compare it to how native speakers say those sounds.
That comparison sounds useful, if maybe a bit awkward at first, but it helps pinpoint things.
And the key takeaway is just clarity over accent, always.
Good point. Now, conversation isn't a monologue. How about interacting? Asking questions, answering them.
Spot on. Engaging conversations are two-way. The script says, Don't just give short answers, add some detail.
Like the example, how was your weekend? Instead of just good.
You say, it was good. Went to the park with my cousin. We had a picnic. Something like that.
Yeah, gives the other person something to respond to.
Yeah.
Makes you more interesting to talk to.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It turns it from an interview into a real interaction. And asking follow-up questions shows you're listening to.
Okay, something easily forgotten when you're focused on words. Body language.
Yes.
Yeah.
So important. The script reminds us that even if you forget a word, your nonverbals communicate a lot.
Like what specifically?
Things like smiling, nodding, making eye contact, basic stuff, but it shows that you're engaged, you're confident, even if you stumble a bit.
It's like a backup system for your words. A smile can go a long way.
It really can. And sometimes, interestingly, adopting confident body language can actually make you feel more confident.
Huh. Okay, reality check. Sometimes you just don't know the answer. How do you handle that naturally?
Yeah, the script gives some great options instead of just a flat, I don't know.
Which can sound a bit abrupt.
Right. So try things like, I'm not sure, or that's a good question.
Ooh, I like that one. It validates the other person.
Exactly. Or even, I don't know how to say it in English. It's honest, keeps things calm.
Good alternatives.
Yeah.
Now, maybe the most important mindset piece, mistakes.
Absolutely crucial. Embrace them. The source really hammers this home. Mistakes are normal. They're how you learn.
It's not failure, it's feedback.
Precisely. And it reassures you that native speakers are usually very understanding, often helpful. Don't let fear stop you from speaking. That's the fastest way to improve.
I gotta jump in.
Yep. You'll often find people don't even notice small errors, or they'll gently help. It's all learning.
Okay, we've covered the main strategies. There was a bonus tip too. About fillers.
Ah, yes, fillers. Those little words like, well, wait, let me see. Well, actually.
The ums and ahs of the world.
Sort of. They give you a second to think, make you sound less scripted, more natural.
But use them sparingly. Right. Don't overdo it.
Exactly. A few are fine. Too many can be distracting. They just add to that conversational rhythm.
Right. So, putting it all together, the source had a practical challenge, didn't it?
It did. A really concrete step. Choose a simple topic like my day or my favorite food.
Okay.
Speak about it for, say, 2-3 minutes. Record yourself.
The recording again. It's powerful.
It is. Then listen back.
Well,
Focus on, was I clear? Were my sentences complete? Did I hesitate a lot?
and the idea is to do this daily.
Yeah, even for just a week. The script suggests you'll see noticeable improvement. It's low-pressure self-assessment.
Give you real data to work with. And it listed some practice topics, too.
Everyday things. Your weekend, job or school, ordering food, hobbies, whether small talk, opinions on movies or music.
Stuff you actually talk about.
Exactly. Start with what you know, build from there, use these scenarios to try out the strategies.
So, wrapping this up, the big message seems to be that learning to speak English well, naturally, confidently, it's a process.
It's definitely a journey, not some kind of race.
Yeah. Perfection isn't the aim. It's about consistent effort, right?
Yeah.
Speaking a bit every day, learning from those mistakes we talked about.
And trying to enjoy connecting with people. That's the point, really.
It is. You know, what's really interesting is think about how just applying one of these small things consistently could make a difference.
That leads to a great question for you listening. Think about your next English conversation. What if you consciously focused on just one of these strategies? Maybe asking more questions or using a filler phrase or just focusing on simpler words. How might that single change shift your confidence or just the feel of the interaction? What's one small step you could take today?